Alright guys, welcome back for another video on JJK, and it has been a really long time since I've done any tower guide, and in fact I checked my channel, the last time I created a guide for floor 70, that was back on 6th of October, so it's literally more than 3 months ago. I just didn't find it fun anymore, to be honest, on some of the higher floors, but having said that, I still need to do the content, and I was shafted on Fugasukuna, so I decided, you know what, I'll just press on and try to do it now. So, strategy for floor 71, basically there are a few things which is making it annoying and also quite restrictive, which is kind of like a pattern on the higher floors. First of all, because there's a massive curse technique cut, you have to bring physical attacker. Second thing is buff effect will be decreased, so you have to bring debuffer. And that's kind of the choice of my team here. So basically I have 3 debuffers, so I have Gakuganji, Green Ghetto, and also Maki. Maki, in case you guys don't know, is able to apply a tiny bit of debuffs to skill 2 and also skill 1. The other reason why I'm also bringing Maki is, first of all, she is also a physical attacker, which is, like I said, you have to bring physical attacker here. That's kind of why the main DPS is also going to be Green Yuji. And then the second reason is the enemy on the left hand side can actually suck away curse energy. So that's kind of why you do need someone who potentially don't need curse energy much, and that's going to be Maki. Maki doesn't need any curse energy at all, okay? And that's kind of what makes it perfect. And that's also going to be the choice of recollections. I have this one which will restore a tiny bit of curse energy and also healing on Gakuganji, and also this one which has tiny bit of healing, not quite as much as this one, but also tiny bit of healing on Mageto, who also need curse energy. And then for the choice of reflection on my Maki, I chose something which doesn't give any curse energy at all. And as you can see, all 3 of them are going to be healing based because the enemy do hit very hard. And there is also going to be a bit of RNG check in this, well, not check, but there's a bit of RNG element in here, in the sense that the enemy can't just focus on one character all the time and just kill it off. So you kind of need the enemy targeting to be a bit more spread out, and that's kind of why having all those healing reflection is also going to be helpful. You can potentially even choose another healing reflection because there's actually one more AoE healing reflection, or you can also choose like a debuff one on the one, so base damage reduction when the enemy have debuff. You can also choose those ones for the choice on Green Yuji if you really want to, but personally I actually find it to be more effective to kill the enemy fast rather than sustaining it out. Okay, so on that note, you can, for example, if you don't have Gakuganji or if you don't have Maki or Green Ghetto, you can potentially also swap them to someone like Saki Rindo or Green Panda, etc. They will help to sustain the battle a lot better and kind of remove some of the enemy RNG in terms of targeting. However, you're also going to make the battle drag out a lot longer, and some of the enemy attack have that RNG element as well. So for example, the main boss ultimate attack is able to stun you. This one can suck away your curse energy every now and then. So depending on when they use those attacks, when they actually hit, who do they hit, the enemy on the right hand side can also evade every now and then, so it can get very annoying. And that's kind of what I feel like even like the sustain way is still going to take a bit of RNG in terms of like which enemy move it's going to take. So might as well just take the fast route and only have the RNG in terms of enemy targeting. And yes, that's my rationale, and that's kind of why I went slightly more offensive on the UG end and also went a bit more offensive in terms of my teammates. So no one is just sustaining the damage here. Okay, I'm literally only using the healing reflection to try to survive. Now, in terms of the strategy itself, it's quite simple. Basically, Kaito just give out 2 curse back-to-back buff in terms of the curse energy, and then he will just die, and then you have Maki on. Maki doesn't need anything. He can, because she doesn't need any curse energy, she will just throw out always use spam skill 2, and when skill 2 is not available, use skill 1. Okay, that's all Maki will be doing. Ghetto is going to have more than enough curse energy for you to use one of his skilled attack every single time. Gakuganji is just going to try to use it when he has curse energy, otherwise just do a normal single target attack. You are always going to focus on the enemy on the right hand side and try to kill it off, and ideally you even want to break him before his second ultimate attack, and then once he's killed off, you then focus on the enemy on the left hand side. Okay, so that's basically the main idea here. Now I'll show you the skill level quickly. So this is the skill level for the characters, and then I also have potential unlock on Ghetto. I'll show you the potential for everyone. So Gakuganji, as you can see, hardly any potential unlock. Ghetto do have the potential unlock, and same thing with my Green Yuji as well. So if I show you Ghetto here, so you can see I have the first level completely unlocked. Second level I have the first few unlocked. So basically I unlock everything which doesn't really require the grade 2 version of those resources. So that's the case with my Ghetto, and I also have it for my Green Yuji as well, similar kind of thing. Okay, so floor 1 completely unlocked, floor 2 just the first few nodes, and then the other one I also have unlocked, which is going to be Kaito. This one it's going to be kind of up to you. I think it's going to be helpful because I have got initial curse energy +5, and that basically allows my Kaito to use his skill 2 twice in the first 2 turns. But you know, honestly, vast majority of the time I find my Kaito able to survive 3 turns anyway. So even if you can't do it on the first 1 and 2 turns, you just do it on the first turn and third turn, and probably wouldn't make too much difference. Okay, so that's basically going to be the choice of all of the potential that you're going to need. And then I will show you the one from Maki just to finish off, which don't have any potential unlock and not that highly investing on the skills either. Okay.
気合い入れてくぞ。
そうさの。
さて、しっかりしろ。行くか。皆様前に集中を。
くらい。
飲み込む。
参る。
さて、よし。皆様前に集中を。
くらい。
噛みつけ。終わりだ。
いまいましい。
困ったのか。よし。援護しろ。
くらい。
飲み込め。終わりだ。よし、任せろ。
いまい。
困ったな。やるか。よし。
くらい。
噛みつけ。消えな。終わりだ。
いまいましい。
困ったな。よし。
くらい。
噛みつけ。終わりだ。
気が熟したぞ。
そろそろ潰そう。うぜ。いけ。
覚悟しておわ。
ああ、交流。
有効か。
消えな。
いまいましい。
困ったな。さて、ぶちか。いけ。
くらい。
飲み込め。やるぞ。おっしゃ。
いまいましい。
困ったな。よし。
行くぞ。
飲み込め。消えな。終わりだ。やるね。
コピ。
困ったな。上がってこい。行くか。
行くぞ。
飲み込め。
コピ。
そろそろやるか。行くか。
くらい。
噛みつけ。消えな。
参る。
そろそろ潰そうか。やるか。よし。
行くぞ。
噛みつけ。
気が熟したぞ。
そろそろ潰そう。やるか。いけ。
覚悟しておわ。
ああ、交流。
有効か。
消えな。
そうさの。
さて、さて。いけ。
くらい。
飲み込め。
そうさ。
冷静にね。さて。いけ。
くらい。
飲み込め。消えな。
そうさの。
さて。さて。ぶちかますか。いけ。
行くぞ。
噛みつけ。やるぞ。おっしゃ。
そうさの。
さて。かかってこいよ。行くか。
くらい。
飲み込め。消えな。終わりだ。
参る。
そろそろ潰そうか。やるか。よし。
行くぞ。
噛みつけ。私たちの勝ちだ。